Alzheimer's affects millions of Americans each year. At this point, there's no cure. Families turn to familiar routines to maintain connection with their loved ones. Many of those routines revolve around family meals and recipes that have been passed down for generations.
Yeah, we are joined this afternoon by Kathy Gross, a cookbook author living in Castle Rock. Your book is called A Life Well Fed, very important because it's dedicated to your parents who both suffered from Alzheimer's. So first, can you please let us know, the audience know, a little bit about them? I know they're your inspiration.
Well, I was born here, and I grew up in Lincoln, Nebraska, and I had a wonderful childhood. And my mother always talked about Alzheimer's, which I thought was odd, and it annoyed me at the same time. My dad was a golfer. That was our family's thing that we did. And my mother started showing signs at around 65, 68. And by around 72, we decided to take some steps. And then a few years later, my dad started having some symptoms. And so we had both parents.
And that disconnect, my best friend's mom lost her mom to Alzheimer's, and it was so hard. She would try to describe to me what it was like not to have the woman who knows you best not recognize you, and it was so hard. I just can't imagine that. And so you have found that food and recipes has been a way to just connect and bring some sort of familiarity back. Talk to us about that.
So the book started out as a gift to our children and our grandchildren, just my recipes. That was kind of our thing in the kitchen. And I was living in Tennessee, and some friend said, "Oh, I'll buy the book." I said, "Well, no, you're not buying the book. I'll give you what you want." And she goes, "No, I'll buy the book." And so I thought, well, I'll just sell the book, and any monies that I raise, I will donate it to the Alzheimer's Association. And then I thought, no one's going to buy a book about me. They don't know me. They're not going to buy the book. So I thought, what if I could get a celebrity? What if I could ask a chef to be in the book? And one thing led to another. And the next thing you know, the book came about. And it was mostly to pass along the recipes that our kids love. My daughter said to me one day, "Well, do you have these written down?" And the answer was no. And so I started the book. And when you start recalling things like recipes and that kind of experience of just going through your childhood, it's the aroma. We all have it. You smell something and you're automatically, oh, that reminds me of my grandmother, or that reminds me of a trip when we went to, whatever the moment is. Food is a huge connector, and it is a huge stimulator to those who are losing their memory also.
I can imagine the connection. Have you also found that it's been a healer, food?
It is in the intangible comfort that food, we nourish our body with food, but the experience of a life well fed goes beyond the food. It's about experiences that nourish our souls and that connect us to people. And if you think about it, food is a big connection for us all.
A lot of deep meaning behind this project, but you also had some really big names we like to hear about. Talk to us about the people you got to work on this incredible project with you.
The first thing I thought about was celebrities who have been impacted by Alzheimer's. And the beauty of the web, you can look and search and type in and everyone comes up. But I also wanted to do chefs because they inspired me and my love for cooking. So the first person I reached out to was Emeril Lagasse. And I was used to sales calling and cold calling, but I was afraid to send this letter. And I didn't have anything to show him. I didn't have a book. I didn't have an idea. I had a logo, and that was it. And I stared at that email for a couple of hours, and then I just hit send.
Wow.
And 15 minutes later, I expected an auto reply, and it said, "Chef Emeril would love to contribute to your project."
Wow.
That's incredible.
It was a huge motivator, and I'm certain that his yes, and I write about it in the book, his yes is what allowed other people to, well, it must be okay, he's in it. And then Ina Garten, Marcia Gay Harden,
Unbelievable.
the first 3 or 4, they said yes right away, right away. And I was just reaching out to the random emails, digital inboxes.
It shows they believed in you, they believed in this project.
Everyone
the
knows
connectivity.
someone. They know someone.
Yeah.
And so that's how it got started.
All right.
Of
Kathy
course.
Gross, thank you for sharing with us today.
Of course.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.